Too many black men are waiting for help, waiting for the system, waiting for someone to save them. It's time to change that. Black men, stop waiting for help and start winning. Available now on Amazon for $19.99 or free with Kindle Unlimited. Stop waiting. Start winning.
This episode is sponsored by Legacy Ink Publishing, where real creators leave real marks. Let's begin.
I gave you my all, and I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all, and I hope you see this light before I fall.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Conversation with OGs. I'm Meatball.
I'm Barb.
And I'm Dre.
And today we're going to be talking about can setting standards destroy a relationship? What you think about that, Dre?
It depends on what type of standards. I mean, I feel like if you talk about expectations or standards that you want in a relationship, it actually could prevent wasting time with dealing with somebody. So that's just my point. If you sit here and say, well, this is what I expect from you as a mate, probably just it'll leave. It may end the relationship, but it may end it before it starts. So I think that's a good thing.
Well, I don't think setting standards would destroy a relationship. I think it would just make a person think twice about if you're the person that they want to date. Mm-hmm. I believe the expectations can destroy a relationship because many people, expectations is a little bit over the top. So living up to a person's expectations versus living up to a person's standards, to me, would be totally different. I think I could probably live more up to the standards than I could the expectation, because now I'm looking at what is your expectations. Like I gave the example, like I'm dating somebody and they say, I want you to be a millionaire in 2 years. Well, damn, can I say 10,000 first? So I think the expectations could mess it up versus the standards.
I think though, expectations and standards.
No, it's different. I think it's just totally different because your standards can be, you could say, okay, my standards is that I want you to carry yourself a certain way as a woman. I want us to have an open line of communication. I want us to be trustworthy with each other. Your standards can be, I don't want any type of disrespect within our relationship. I want us to respect each other. Your expectations could be, I want this $600,000 house within a year, and I want like the carrot ring a homegirl want. Those are expectations.
But that's still her standard.
That's what she wants. That's not a standard. It's not required in a relationship.
That's a requirement for her. She stated that.
Well, it may be a requirement for that particular guy, because what I have learned in my life, women have different requirements for different guys that they meet. Because she can meet a guy that ain't got shit, and she choose to date this guy. Now, her expectations or her standards for this man to be different from the guy that she really don't listen.
Okay,
I had that same conversation yesterday at work. A woman told me if she really loved a man, he can just tie a shoestring around her finger and get married. Yeah. So when they put the expectations for a guy with a large ring and all that, they probably really don't care or even love this man. Mm-hmm. So now you put the light on it.
And I believe women that require a lot out of a man, they really think they can do better. That's why
women don't like weak men. So a woman could look at you as being weak too. We all look at this sucker. I tell him I want a 300 kid. Look at him. He gonna break his neck to go get it. So I mean, it's crazy. But when women look at men,
women look at men that if she liked this man or loved this man more than he loved her, her requirements of him would be less than a woman that knows she got this man wrapped around her finger. If she know I got this nigga wrapped around my finger, she go tell him, you know what? You need to pay my car note. You need to get me a bigger house. You need to take care of my 4 kids that I had before I even knew you. She got all these high expectations for this man that she wouldn't even do for him.
So what you saying that then, how would you implement your standards if you were a person to go into it? Well, how would you explain to someone to put standards in going into something like that, like kids, or just a woman being in control? Like, hey, this is what I want you to do, or when my kid, even when kids is involved, people set standards when it comes to their kids.
You gotta have that conversation from day one. That's just my opinion. Before kids or anything get involved, it need to be a conversation need to be held with that man or that woman. That way there's no misleading. But 9 times out of 10, it don't work like that, because when a man or woman, when we infatuated with something or with someone, we don't see none of their flaws. We let all the bullshit slide, and then once we get serious, this get on my nerve. This the same shit this person was doing from day one. But now that y'all in a relationship, it stands out. It's very noticeable now.
So you know what, Dre? I think that when a woman believe in herself and she perfected her craft, she can suck penis really, really good. So you know what she's going to do? She's going to get that man in one of them corners and suck him off so good. Remember how we talking about, you go marry me, ain't you? Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, you know what? You go get me a new car, right? Whoop, 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 whoop. You know what? You go put my kids in this private school and pay for it, ain't you? Whoop, 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 whoop. And you know what? Yeah, baby, I'm going to do it. So now you got all this money going out. That's her standards. Your standards was like, they could have went right up the street to the private school. You know what? Your kids don't even need a car. They could have they catch the public transportation. But see, this woman in her head, I think, like I always say, women trick men. I say, if you want your kids to have all this, if you want this big dumbass house, you go out and show me you can get it. Now I help you maintain it, but you show me, go out and get it.
In that situation, she not gonna show up with it. She feel like that's what I got you for. I've never saw a woman that's like top tier, upscale, got all this money, got this nice house, a nice car, and she reach back and get a man else on his numbers.
Okay, because now she gonna say she don't need your ass.
Exactly.
If she so this is what I'm saying. That means I'm the value. If you can't get to the mountaintop without me, you can't do it. So where's the respect for me? Why I ain't coming in getting head? Why I ain't coming in and the food ain't cooked? Why the house ain't clean?
Was that part of your standards in the relationship? Did you?
Well, my standards is this:
that if I provide all this time, if I provide a certain type of life for you and provide for you and your children, I expect X, Y, and Z. Because a lot of people go into relationships and they don't do that. They don't say, "Hey, listen, if this is what I do, and then I want this to be done. This is what I expect out of you. This is what I want from you. This is not what I want from you." And a lot of people just go in relationships and we wing it.
Barbara,
and we don't set standards.
I say this all the time.
Women
like to cut. They like to cut the line. They cut the line. First thing they do want to come in and have sex with a man because now she feel like she got a special place in his life.
But sex can't be allowed if you don't want it.
That's right, and men fall for it. I'm not saying, I'm saying that's a skill that the woman have. If she see this man and he got it going on, first thing she want to do is suck him off. She ain't trying to date this man because she too worried about somebody else might come in and suck him off before she do. I'm just saying, us as men, be patient. The head is there. The pussy is there. We talk about it all the time. Go spend $30, $40 and get you some head or get you some sex and make her wait. Don't let her just come in trying to dictate what you going to be doing in your life. She don't have no power. The power lies with the man.
Okay, so what then you saying that? I had a question. Do people confuse standards with ultimatums? Because you say women come in in the trick bag. So they coming in and they dictating what they want and how they want it. This is what I want. If you don't give me this, I'm not going to give you that. You coming out the gate sucking you off. So are you saying that women is coming in with... Are we as people confused with... I don't think relationships... I don't even know if people set standards in relationships. Yeah, they might, but in our culture, I don't know. Do you set...
Standards is I don't want my girl to be a hoe. That's a standard. That's not an ultimatum. I don't want you to be a hoe. That's a standard.
Well, Dre, you got more hoes out here than you got women.
I 100% agree with you.
Huh?
I agree.
That's right. So if you got all these hoes, they camouflage themselves as being women. So first we gotta say, what are you?
No, all you got to do is watch. If you can ask her what is
y'all swinging on to the next.
No.
Y'all are.
Okay, but listen. A woman is not going to tell you who she is. But let me go back to the standards part. I feel like the ultimatum of the standards. Ultimatum is like, listen, I don't want you to wear this. You need to dress a certain way, and this, and that. Or we're not gonna be together. Once you tell a person what you want, and either you're gonna do this or we're not gonna be together, that's what the ultimatum coming in. Standards is I can look at a woman, oh, I don't like the way she dressed, so I'm not even gonna pursue her for a relationship. I'm gonna get her number, I'm gonna jump off the top rope once or twice, and then I'm gonna ghost her. So them is the standards, and then the ultimatum. I think it's sometimes they can correlate, they can go together, but for the most part they separate. That's my opinion.
You know what, Dre? I was talking to a young lady, and she was telling me, like, it's nothing wrong with me walking around in my house clothes.
What is a house
Her
clothes?
house clothes might be some
Booty
stretch
shorts or
pants or booty shorts, whatever. But see, I objected that. I think, listen, once you have a young man in your house and he's over the age of 7, I think now you got to start showing that young man some respect. You can't walk around with your boobs out no more. You can't walk out with your camel coat. He can sit up and see his mama print.
So that would be a standard that a woman should set for her son to have respect.
No, set for herself.
Well, not only for herself, because if
what she gonna do? Set a standard for her son?
Well, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you should set that standard and build
your girlfriend later on.
Yeah, because you gotta understand, you don't want, and then you also don't want him to look at women like that. Like,
what are you talking about?
That ain't got nothing to do with him. That's on her. She need to carry herself to a different level.
I know you supposed to carry yourself to a different level, but I think when you
accountability bar, the woman gotta start being accountable for her own decisions and her own actions. If she got a son that's over the age of 7, she gotta say, well, you know what, I gotta start covering up.
Well, I think you know what? Cover up before they.
It's not his fault that he's looking. He curious.
Young man.
Listen, he's sitting at the dinner table eating cereal. His mama got her boobies out. He getting hard on. He can't distinguish the difference between this is my mama and it just turned him on. It's boobs. I remember, I was waking up 10 years old with a full-fledged hard on. A booty is a booty. You look at your mama booty, your sister booty is a booty. When you that young, things turn you on, and I believe the women have to start being accountable for the things that they do. Cover yourself up. You know what? Don't put them pants on. You know what? I can see, if a man can see your print, he can see your print too.
Listen, that's just say like you're dating someone. You're dating someone where maybe she may have a teenage kid. If you see she walking around with her stuff all out, that means her mama didn't teach her this.
Yeah.
Because they're only going to replicate what they've saw over the years. So this is what the mama does, and it's acceptable. So this is what the child want to do. So my standards would be jump off the top rope once or twice and get ghost.
But you know what, Dre? I think don't even deal with her.
See, I'm different, bro. You look for everything. Everything with me is not a relationship. Sometimes it's just about having fun, man. You can't look at everything.
Yeah, but Trey, you had more fun than anybody I know.
Okay, Okay, do men and women approach relationship standards differently?
Yes, I believe women show up begging. I think they show up with their hand stuck out.
So you think one of her standards is you require? Okay.
Well, we both. I think we came to a conclusion that she got all these hacks. I want a house. I want a new car. I want a $60,000 ring. If this is your standards, where is that before I even got here?
You ain't got none of this shit.
If that's your standard, don't create a standards once I show up.
Well, she could have created that standard for any man. Well, see, this is where
She created that shit from watching these Love and Hip Hop shows.
But that, to me, those are not really. It depends on the man. Is it a standard or an expectation? Now, if you a millionaire and I know you can give me this, it's not a standard. It's an expectation. I expect for you to give me this. I'm not gonna say now. If you mediocre. 45,000 up in there.
So with the man, it changed. So with the man, your standards changed.
The financial, yeah. Because
that's what I'm saying.
So how y'all going in and judging another person?
How is that moving the goalpost?
If you dealing with a guy that make $50,000 a year,
well, I know he can't give me
but that's the type of level of men that you choose to deal with.
Okay, and if I meet a guy and I go talk, and he a billionaire or whatever, own this company or whatever,
he shouldn't talk to you.
Guess what the expectations of me?
He might
be, but as you said, I about to throw him in that corner, and he said, "Ooh la la la." God, Barbara hit the jackpot, baby. So I need me such and
Oh,
such.
you be on
and
that
such
in
and
a corner
such.
like this.
Well, that's what she talking.
Slot machine.
So I think it goes into how we date, what type of woman or who you talking to. Now you know she's a dirtbag and she ain't got nothing. You're not gonna really set no high standards for her because you're not even gonna deal with her on the level of being your woman. You gonna deal with her for who she is. But now if you date somebody else,
you said if she a dirtball, so out of 10 women in Detroit, how many of them you consider dirtballs out of 10?
7.
See, that's what I was thinking, but I want to see her math.
I wasn't gonna say 7. I was gonna say about 5.
So 50% of the women in Detroit is
Dirtball.
is okay women.
Yeah, all right.
Half of them trash.
Well, I said 5,
Half
baby.
off
You're not
the
gonna
rip.
make me change.
Half off the rip.
Just because y'all said 7.
Then you got the confused ones. Then you got, you know what I'm saying, the good girls that's trying
Okay, now
to do
this
their
is a
thing.
good one. How do cultural backgrounds shape what people see as normal standards? We was just talking about that too.
Yeah, we talked. It's kind of going to the other topic.
We talking-
Whores.
No. When I'm thinking cultures.
Well, you talking more so like if you dealing
With
with
someone out of
Arabic or something,
or
how they
Asian.
don't let their
Oh,
children
yeah,
come
don't
in.
nobody move like we move. They move a little bit more respectful. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna let their children dating certain caliber of men or women, and they're gonna pretty much, if you move this way, we're gonna cut your ass off.
Yeah,
cut you off.
they're pretty much telling you off real. Look, this is how we date. This is what we stay in our culture. You don't date outside your culture. I don't approve of you. I used to work at Coney Islands, and I worked with some Albanians. And man, it's kind of crazy how they, now it's a little bit different because they're more modern. But back in the day, if your parents were like really old-fashioned Albanians and stuff, they would pick your wives for you. They would meet with the family. The fathers would meet together and they would talk and say, okay. And the father said, oh yeah, okay, I like him. And they'd look at the son. He don't really got too much of a choice once the father's talking. See, it's like a deal. No, it's not no choice.
If you want to keep that money.
Right. But
So
what I'm
he
saying
can
is,
walk
ain't
away
that
from it.
crazy for your parents to meet up with each other and you sitting there and
No, it's not crazy.
the father like, okay.
That's how it used to be back in the day.
So I believe the black race should adapt that. I mean, can you think you can interview your daughter's your daughter's husband? That means I got to make sure he have a job. I got to make sure that he's mentally sound. He can be beating her ass. I can make sure he can provide for her and the children that they're going to have. I would love to interview my daughter's future husband.
Think about it. They used to trade their daughters for calves and shit back in the day. You take 2 cows and give me a horse and you can have my daughter. That shit crazy.
So you think that's a cool thing when it comes to setting standards within the well, black people don't do that. And do you think? Let me say this. I don't know any black people that have done that. So I'm not gonna say black people don't set standards of who their children should date and be all in their kids mixed like that. Because I don't know. Maybe the middle class or maybe a higher level if you got some money or something. Because once you cut that bag off, they not getting that bag cut off. They gonna listen to you. So I don't know, but I guess it's cool.
Well, how many black people that got wheels? Most black people ain't got shit to leave behind their kids, so you can't even run. You can't even hold nothing up your kid's head. Now I can say, you know what, I'm gonna cut you out the wheel, or I'm gonna cut you off. Right now, if you tell a kid I'm gonna cut you off, they're like, cut me off for shit. What, you gonna give me none of your food stamps? So you gotta have something. I'm not saying all about, but you gotta have something to hold over a child's head. That means that the parent have to have some success at some point in their life in order to set the standards for your kids. You can't be homeless telling your kids how they should live.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna say I went through the same thing, but I can kind of relate because shit, my parents didn't have much. So if they said they was gonna cut me off from what? I can agree with that. They never had much that I can sit here and say, well, I don't want to fuck this bag up that my mom or my father got coming. You know what I mean? So I can understand and relate to that.
And to piggyback what you saying, Dre, most middle class parents, when the kids get in high school before college, you probably buy them a car, right? But think if you ain't got no car coming. You can't tell me shit. These kids out here now is buying their own school clothes. They doing their own thing. That's why these kids got so many different hustles. Mm-hmm. Even if it's scamming or whatever it may be. If they
McDonald's,
working at McDonald's, they out here figuring out their own way. So what I'm saying, I think a lot of black people haven't had much success in their life where they can hold that over their kids' head. I
Well,
think
and a lot of reasons too is because once again, do we set standards? Do we set standards for our children? Do we set standards for our mates and relationships? Like I said, I think a lot of it we just wing it, hoping that it's just gonna work out, or hoping that you know what I want instead of saying what you want and what you expect in a relationship. We go into a relationship saying he gonna figure it out. This is what I want.
I don't feel like you can set a standard like with a relationship, with your kids. You can sit here and say, well, listen, you can give them all the tools. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Because at the end, they're going to make their own decisions, what they want to do, no matter what you say. But you can give them all the tools. And you can also give them the stories like this. I had to come up. Everything you got, you're blessed. You got more coming than what I had. You see what
They
I'm
still
saying?
gonna choose to go live that life, but you gotta understand, when you set that standard, when they get out in that world and they hit their head a couple of times, guess what? They gonna
Sometimes
always
it's too late,
remember what mama and daddy said and go back to those values and those standards that was in place for them, and they gonna realize. But for some people it would be too late.
Yeah.
But for the ones who bump their head before it get too late,
Right.
they gonna say, damn, my daddy said this, my daddy said that, my mama said this, my mama said that. I think I better go back to the nest because it ain't as good as I thought it was out here. So you do get, no matter how I strayed off. I'm quite sure y'all strayed off.
I didn't have a nest. When my grandparents passed, that was over. I was in the
Well, I
streets
mean, did
at
your
12.
grandmother set like little things in place
Man,
for
but you
y'all
gotta
not
think
to?
that it was two different worlds. You got to realize, like, my grandparents both was from down south. My grandfather worked his ass off. He was in construction. My grandmother, she was like the lunch lady at a school, and they couldn't afford to buy. You got to think they had a gang of kids, so they didn't want to really be in a position to have to take care of their grandkids. So they was not in a position to give me the name brands. I remember my first pair of top 10 Adidas. My uncle bought them for me, because my grandma would have bought me some Pro Kids or some bullshit. He was like, man, I ain't about to let you wear that shit to school and get laughed at. So, you know what I mean? If a child is being raised by somebody that's out of touch with how things are now, I mean, the world is so far and different apart. My grandparents was like into the church. So if somebody was bullying me, they'd tell me pray on it and all that. No, that don't work in these days. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to fight fire. They say fight fire with fire. You have to bust somebody over the head to make them respect you and stop bullying you. So in that situation, the standards was set by the streets, I could say.
Okay, but so your standards was set by the streets for you.
well, I believe standards should be set by the parents.
Should be.
You think
Well,
most?
he that's what he's saying, but he's saying for him it was set by the streets.
Well, yeah, that. So you got different classes of people.
Mm-hmm.
He just described one class of people. Now, what I'm talking about is that I think people should make better choices dating. But like how we was talking about other races and how parents choose the husband or wife for the children. I like that because now the mom and daddy's going to stay together because his father chose the type of man he want for his daughter, which he know first thing he want to know, can you provide? That's the most important. Now he want to check out your mental. Are you crazy? He want to check out where your family come from. That you got a history of making bad decisions. So I like that. So I believe if we didn't have the type of parents we have now, either the parents is working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, them kids raising themselves.
The only thing about arranged marriage, I know somebody right now that's miserable. They in an arranged marriage, got kids and all that, and that's how they nationality, they not black, they nationality arranged, put them together, they got kids and married, and they miserable. That shit is crazy. You know what I mean? That sometimes can drive a person to do some things, you know what I mean? Because you're not happy with this person.
Because
you really don't
to
know
me,
this
I
person.
think when you're doing
Well, if you got structure in America, I think people that come from other countries and they bring their structure here, we're going to mess it up because now they're going to get Americanized. These American women is going to get in them girls' ear, and girl, you do what? You work and you cook and take care of the house, and you still do that too? They go fuck your wife up. So yeah, you going to become miserable
it's
because
not
now
the
Your wife is now starting to question your judgment when she's not even accustomed to questioning the man at all. But these women here is going to fuck your relationship up.
Yeah, that sounds good. Right?
Can unspoken standards hurt a relationship more than express ones?
Hell yeah. You're supposed to speak on anything. That way you have a clear understanding. That way can no one say, well, I didn't know. I don't want to hear that I ain't know. So that's why you gotta listen. This is what I want. This is what I expect. This is what makes me happy. This is gonna stop the argument.
So how long do y'all believe standards should be in place?
Shit, till you leave this motherfucker.
Do you think standards are up for debate? Like you can change them?
It's the standard. Barb is called the standard.
What you mean change them?
You're trying to play moving the goalposts. What you talking about? Moving the goalposts.
Just talking about change the motherfuckers later on. I feel like when you set the motherfucker, this is what it
That's
is.
gotta be set forever.
Why
Like if
change?
you say you require a hot meal like every day.
Until you get sick, when you're not able to do it no more. Or unless we become rich, when now we got a goddamn chef or somebody in the kitchen. If this is what you signed up, because I can't sit here, if you sit here and decide, you know what, I don't feel like cooking no more. I can't tell y'all I ain't gonna go out there and shovel the snow no more. I ain't gonna go cut the grass no more. I ain't gonna go on the roof and fix shit no more. So long as I'm doing my job as a man, you gotta hold your standard as a woman. Period.
Well, see, Trey.
I just asked a question. Just
Well, you know what,
y'all
Barb?
reply would be.
You'll be on the freeway and it's posted 55 miles an hour. You get pulled over doing 70. You think he's supposed to be understanding to you because you wanted to go 70. It's posted already. We
It
should
could have been an
talking.
emergency or something. I already got an answer for when he pulled me over.
Well, it's standard. Well,
I know it's
It say 55.
I do know.
Anything over that is a ticket.
I can get off that ticket.
You better have a you better
You gonna put that black love
I'm
on?
gonna get out that ticket. I ain't with a black love on, but I'm gonna get out that
you better be
ticket.
bleeding telling them you thought you was gonna die or something. Otherwise that shit ain't gonna work.
Whatever. I'm just saying, some people, the standards are set in relationships, and then some people just feel like, okay, I don't want to live up to these standards no more. So do y'all feel like the relation, once a person say, okay, these standards, I don't want to live up to them no more, the relationship should be broken off?
That's to me, that's like a contract. It's a verbal contract.
Everything's a contract.
Okay, that's right. And not, I have very few problems. I believe whatever we talk about and we come to some type of conclusion, that's it. Now, if you want to change something, you have to come to me and want to ask me, do I want to talk about it? Because I may tell you, like, I don't want to talk about that no more. We already talked about that and we came to an agreement. Because if a man don't have some type of ground with his woman, she'll be changing shit every other week.
I'm gonna tell you, like in that situation, she'll think about like, just say y'all come with an understanding. She'll sleep on that shit. She gonna be like, you know what, I kind of feel like he got the better end of the stick. And then she gonna come back the next day and want to talk over this shit. But I feel like that you got a little bit more than me in this situation and want to talk about the shit again when we already had a clear understanding. When the man say, okay, this is what it is, and you say that's what it is, we gonna roll with that. We ain't gonna come back the next day and think about it like she got the better end. But that's what women do.
Well, now number 17 said, is it fair to raise your standards once you're already in a relationship?
Only if you're a woman, not men.
So men don't do that?
No.
Y'all just live by whatever.
No, we're going to set the standards before we even get in a relationship.
And y'all gonna live by those
we
standards.
gonna
Y'all
live
not
by
gonna
them
change them
standards.
as you date.
Yeah, I believe a lot of men take a woman how he accept her. He already know we gonna get out this woman. If you got a woman that's at home, she can't cook, you know that already. So now you go be spending extra money on carry out. If you got a woman that don't clean, now you got to put that in the budget that you probably got to hire somebody to clean. It's a lot of these females out here that don't do a lot of stuff, and we accept them. We don't try to change them. We already knew we was getting out. Women do that changing. They say, you know what, all I got to do is tweak him a little bit. I can move this around a little bit and he'll be okay.
That's what you
I
say.
agree.
Whatever. Have you ever lost a relationship because of your own standards? Do you all set standards in your relationship, first of all, before you even answer that question?
I do.
Okay, so you set standards. Have you ever lost a relationship? First, what are the standards that you set?
My
Give me two,
relationship
'cause
is I do
you got
not
about five.
compromise sex with a woman. I do not compromise on the food that I want to eat with a woman, and I don't compromise on things that I feel like is out of our reach with a woman.
Okay, so have you ever lost a relationship because of that?
No, I haven't.
So most women live up to.
Well, most women know that's reasonable. I think anybody with common sense would say, you know what, that's a reasonable thing. I mean, if I'm telling you, damn, man, we can't afford this $1 million house, so why are you even looking at it? Stop looking at it. Quit coming to me with crazy ass offers.
So when you say you don't compromise your meal, you're saying like you might want meatloaf and I might want tacos.
That's right.
I gotta cook 2 different meals.
No, you won't cook 2 different meals. That won't happen, bro. You're going to cook meatloaf.
No, did you just hear what the hell I said? I don't have to eat meatloaf because you won't be loved.
Well, you won't be eating.
So wait a minute.
What if she buy the groceries?
No, wait a minute. So you say you don't compromise your food and what you want to eat. So as long as you're getting what you want to eat, what she eat ain't none of your damn business.
Listen, okay, Barb, you do have a point. As long as that food ready by dinner time and you can cook 2 meals within that dinner time.
Still hamburger meat, I want tacos. Make your meat.
Oh, well, that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's still.
She worked it out.
You want fried chicken, I want baked. I mean, it's all.
Oh, I thought you mean like meatloaf and she want a steak or something. Or
Well, if she did want a steak, it shouldn't have been no
I
problem.
tell her that was stupid.
Cause she didn't want.
I'm gonna beat her down a little bit, but
Now, why would you? I'm just
Because it was
curious.
stupid.
Why is it stupid when I don't?
He meant beat it out.
I know what I know.
I'm saying people out there don't know.
Verbally, he ain't gonna beat her up because she cooked hamburger meat. But why would it be stupid? Because she want a steak and you want meatloaf.
I mean, because baby, we supposed to sit down as a family and eat. Now we sitting up eating meatloaf, string beans, mashed potatoes, and here you come with a steak.
I got
now,
steak, string beans, and mashed potatoes.
Well, you could have waited for tomorrow. You could have made it for tomorrow.
You is a hot ass man.
Yeah, you come and throwing off everything, and now you sure there ain't no unity at the dinner table, so there ain't no unity in the family.
You are. Dre asked the question. Do you people shut the hell up?
No, what's the question here?
Do you set standards in your relationship, and if so,
Yeah, I feel like you're supposed to set standards in the beginning. I've lost relationships because my standards is I like peace. I don't like to argue. I don't like to fight. And you know what I mean? Like I've dated out my nationality, but I've never been in long relationships out my nationality. Because when I was, black women, exes was around them all. So my majority of my relationships are always with my race. And not trying to be funny, but I can say maybe 70-75% of black women, they like to argue, especially when they want to get their point across. So my thing is that sometimes you have to revisit this. We don't need to argue about this. You're heated, I'm heated. Let's, shelf it for a day or two, come back, 2 cool heads, and we may be able to talk about it. So when a woman is mad and she want to follow you around the house, and all that, relationship, I'm going to pack my shit up and I'm gone. I don't like to argue. I don't like to fight. Maybe when I was younger, that toxic shit was cool, but now I'm older, you got to think that shit raise your blood pressure, get niggas heart attack, stroke, aneurysms, all type of shit.
See, I never had that problem, and maybe that's
because you the problem.
Shut up. I never had that problem because I guess for me, like I said, I always wing relationships, so I never set standards. So now I do. Now I have standards. But when I was younger, I guess if I would have set standards, I wouldn't have had the issue of always picking the bad litter of men. I always kind of just roll with whatever he wanted you to roll with. I pretty much kind of played my role. So I still play my role, but I speak up now. So, I kind of stand up for myself a little bit more than I did when I was younger. Just shaking your head for. So, yeah, I think if I would have set standards, I probably would have lost a lot of relationships. So that would have been a good thing because you could go roll how I want you to roll or not. So that's how I am now. Pretty much this is how
Bro, what do losing a man look like to you?
I don't know.
So when you say I lost a man,
I've never lost. No, I'm saying I've never lost a man because of that. Because I pretty much, when I was younger and I was dating, no relationships was ever lost because I pretty much rolled to how he wanted me to roll.
Really?
I played the role that he wanted me to play. Then when I got older, I realized that this ain't working. This ain't how it's supposed to be.
So when you start saying this ain't working and this ain't
I was about 25.
Really?
25, 26.
Cause I remember you always giving a man a hard time.
Well, I had a voice. I did speak up, but I did pretty much play, but I did still have a voice.
What's a quicker way to get rid of a man?
Talking shit, right?
Your mouth, right?
Well,
and you
that's
always had a voice.
Well,
Oh,
they don't go nowhere, so what's your point? You always supposed to
It
speak
go
up.
back to the point I say black women always giving us heart attacks and stroke. Sometimes you gotta give us peace.
Well, I mean, peace is given at sometimes, but sometimes, y'all overwork a woman too and expect so much out of a woman.
Tell me one way how men
Shit.
don't work a woman.
Be tired. Like you talk about had dinner ready at a certain time. The kids might have
How long it take-
homework,
it don't take that long to
soccer.
make
You might
dinner,
have to
bro.
work overtime. Dinner might be about 20 minutes late.
How long
But
it take to
here
make
you
meatloaf?
come with
20
your
minutes is
bullshit.
okay.
Might be an hour, cause now you got a
90
little Ray by the broken
'Cause I gotta
arm and
shower.
soccer. So I got to go to urgent care because he didn't broke his arm.
Are you a working one?
Yeah, working. I got shit going on, but men still expect for women to be superheroes. They still expect for you to live up to those standards regardless of what you got going on. Like I just said, you got 3 kids, 1 in piano, 1 in soccer. Now you done just broke your arm. I got to get home. Your daddy will be home. He want dinner by 7 o'clock. It's a lot of shit going on, but no matter what, men don't want to be and break their...
you know that's doing that. All
I
that
don't
you saying.
know me, boy, but
You
I'm
can't
quite
think
sure
of
that
none.
I don't
You can't
know
think of
any,
none, do
but
you?
I'm quite sure
So
there's
you
some women
talking
out
a
there that
fantasy.
do it.
Fantasy.
That's
You
not
talking
a
a
fantasy
fantasy.
because it's some women that do
But
it.
do you know any?
I don't know none, but there is.
Me either.
It is some women out there that do
You know
juggle
what
a lot of different things.
you know the reality of this conversation is.
So what are you gonna try to say out of 100%? You try to say
I'm not
it's
gonna never
probably-
use 100%.
It's probably 30% of women that do.
I'm going to say the majority of the women in here in Detroit.
Black
You
women
know
that
that
you say.
if she work when she get off work, you know what? She want to relax. She thinking just like a man.
No, she got the women still go home and cook for their kids. What they eat is microwave food.
Most of the time,
pizza?
most some cash apping or door dashing their kids something to eat. These women here is lazy. They don't want to do nothing. That when that man get home, guess what's in there for him to eat? Nothing. And he already knew it. That's why he picked up something on his way home. These women are lazy.
Oh, they got a hungry man meal in that motherfucker.
Yeah, he get home, ain't no bath water in. He ain't she I'm tired, my back hurt. So you ain't having no sex. You ain't got no food. The house dirty, cause she ain't
She got
clean
your
shit.
bed water too.
I like for a woman to rub my back and talk to me while I'm taking my bath.
Along with cooking your dinner, taking care of your children.
See, Barb.
See, you see what I just
you
said?
are
How
more-
you just put all them steps. I'm not saying women is not,
It's
but
different from a hoe and a woman. I keep trying to say, you know,
I'm gonna say that
a
for you.
hoe wanna do what she wanna do. A woman
wait a
can sit
minute.
at the
Now,
top.
did you say? Oh, I thought you said Barb is okay. You said Barb is.
See, look at you, ready to be.
I thought you said
Ready to
Barb.
be.
You a hoe.
But ready to
It
be.
sounded like he said Barb.
I didn't hear that at all. No.
Okay, it's a
You
different.
heard what you wanted to hear. Oh, you what they want to hear.
Yeah, you ready to fall out with a nigga.
I was like, what the fuck?
Nigga, don't let these cameras fool you, nigga.
Shut up.
What's the next question?
Can lower standards lead to resentment later on?
Lowering standards?
Yeah, like if you lower your standards for someone, but
Hell yeah.
you know this is not what you really like or what you want, and then you saying, okay, I'm a lower. But why would you lower your standards for somebody?
Because she had a fat ass in the titty bar when you smashed her out. You know, she was shaking that motherfucker. You seen that motherfucker
But
jiggle.
why would you try to set standards for somebody? Well, I guess
Well, at
they
the
still
time,
can.
you asked, what will it do? Yes, it will, because now you know the same thing she's doing for you and done for you. She's doing it for everybody else. That's.
But why would you even expect something different from her?
Well, because we think men like what we see. We like what we can touch.
Sometimes it can be gratitude. A person can take somebody. Let's say if you met a chick on the street, she fucked up. Her survival is out here, barely getting by. Man using her. You see some type of good qualities in her. You like some guys will pick her up, clean her up, marry her, make her a housewife, help her with her job and all that, and she still be out here fucking other people. You see what I'm saying?
You raise both of your hands.
So you should be looking at like, what a gratitude that bitch. I got you off the curve. I made you to somebody. So where's the gratitude? You should have enough gratitude and respect for me to not make me look bad.
And you know what, Dre? I've done that several times. You know what? Once you build them up, they thinking they better than you now. You be like, goddamn, now the student is better than the teacher. So you know what? I suggest when you see them in the garbage can, leave them in the garbage can. Because when you get out the garbage can, you clean her all up. Guess what? She gonna think just like
Well, that's you, Laura. Your standards picking up people off the garbage can. Because if you picking up trash, how long you think trash gonna stay humble?
Trash is trash, Barb.
All day long. So if you
it up.
dating up outside, or you trying to make somebody because you thinking, okay, I'm gonna have some type of control over her because she came from nothing. Yeah, you gonna have control over her until she really start learning and putting dots, connecting the dots
No,
together.
she just gonna
and
be
then she
a
gonna start
female.
talking to the right
She
people,
gonna
and they gonna say,
Girl, how you gonna have a standards when you came for nothing?
Well, what is the saying?
why can't you have standards because you don't have nothing? Everybody should be having.
If you don't have nothing, I believe you should be quiet.
Her standard could be that I don't never want to be a woman to ever have to experience having nothing again. I always want to be financially set. I don't never.
So you get something off my back, and all of a sudden now you want to tell me what you think about how things should be.
Yeah, but I think you should have a standard whether you come from nothing or
I believe.
regardless.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, Barb. If you get a woman that's beneath you, keep her beneath you.
Ooh.
That's how that goes.
Low.
Now you date a woman on your level. You date a woman on your level. When she level up, then you double back. But you don't bring her up because one thing about females, they gonna always feel like they deserve. They gonna always feel like, you know
I
what?
could have did it without
I
him.
think everybody feel like that they deserve in a relationship, even a man.
But if that's the case, won't women start picking men up?
I've never been in a relationship and looked at what can this woman provide for me. Can she change my lifestyle, or what she got on, what she wearing? Normally, it's always just a physical attraction. So that's our standard. She look clean. She carry herself a certain way. With a woman, is different. Her standards is hypothetical, unbelievable, astronomical. All the big words you can come up with. This nigga gotta be 6 foot, can't be out of shape. You gotta have a 6-pack, a 12-inch Johnson, Mercedes, making 8 figures. You know, y'all be wanting unbelievable shit. Y'all
But
standards.
that's not a standard. That's an expectation.
Expectation standards, but yeah, and y'all still in the man. This is crazy.
So, do you think setting standards actually protect you from a toxic relationship? I don't. I think if you toxic, you toxic. My standards ain't got nothing.
Well, what standards is, I wouldn't even fuck with you in the first place.
I agree.
So that's what protects you. Because
How
if
you
I
gonna know she toxic?
because I can tell by the way you talk.
Okay, but
The words, you know, every other
you
word
say
is a
they
cuss
fool
word.
you. You say they.
They will fool you.
Well, she can fool you.
You know how many guys get fooled? These women here into the acting classes. They should.
That's what I'm saying. So she can fool you. You don't even see the
Well,
toxic.
we said
You can see it.
see me myself, I got a checklist. I'm gonna sit up here and talk to you. I'm not quick to get in your little dirty drawers. I'm quick to sit up here and have a conversation with you. I want to see, okay, so what is your short-term goals? Where you see yourself in 6 months? Where you see yourself in 13 months? You know, you had any promotions at your job? I want to know, are you educated? How many baby daddies you got?
See, you're going into a relationship because.
But I don't date for fun.
Yeah, because I don't even like if I'm
So
just
you
trying to genuinely. I don't even ask them
people
questions.
I'm always interviewing a woman, you know, to be mine. I don't date just to have sex.
Can your girl drink? Just say anybody you meet. Is it okay if your girl drink?
Yeah, she can drink.
Okay, that's how you get to know a motherfucker. All you gotta do is put 2 drinks in front of them. They gonna tell you their whole story. If they a hoe, when they song come on after that second drink, you gonna see them on Juvenile. Back that thing up. That's all you gotta do. Lick it. You said it. Lick it. Tell the truth. I ain't gotta hold no interviews. I'm gonna get her 2 drinks and I'm gonna wait. And I'm gonna go tell the DJ play back that thing up.
And he right. That liquor will. That liquor will. You will see what
It's real though.
That is
shit real.
terrible. Because you like Juvenile back that thing. It could have just been a good song.
Man, once she get to throwing that motherfucker, you know she doing this on the regular.
Oh, God.
And then if Cardi B come on and she know that shit word for word, you already know, don't even fuck.
And like Dre says, certain women, like I fuck with, they won't even listen to certain, like that Sexy Red, that's her name. Like certain artists, Listen, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear all that ratchet ass shit and and they get to moving their hands and all that bullshit. Listen, sit your ass back and relax. I don't want no hype ass, wild ass girl. I don't like that type of shit.
See, I like to
I'm
see
surprised you like women that drink. Or do you date?
No. He said.
Can your woman? You don't date women that drink.
Yes, she can drink. She's old enough to drink, but she ain't finna be sitting up here showing up with her own bottle of shit. You know how women show up, they got their own bottle. You know what?
She drinks, she got her bottle of wine.
No, we're gonna go to the bar, we're gonna be at the Fox and we're gonna we're gonna buy it. We ain't sneaking no liquor in, all that type of bullshit. With them little cases they be having, little plastic hospital cases. We ain't doing that.
You are too. You not no fun, boy. You not fun.
You be sneaking liquor in?
What's wrong with sneaking liquor in? I'm not liquor.
You heard.
Sneaking
on the little hospital case thing with the
I'm
little
sneaking
tube on
it
it.
in bad. Like, cause when I drank that drink, I got my cup with my ice. And
So how many drinks do you have at an event?
maybe about two or three.
Well, you can just buy 2 drinks. Why
I
sneak?
do that. When I got my ice and I got my,
You sneaking in ice though?
I'm in there. We in there.
I be over there looking, baby, you leaking? What you over there leaking?
You terrible. You not no fucking fun. You gotta be. You gotta
I'ma
be.
dress up. I'ma walk cool.
We gonna dress. We gonna be nice. I'm gonna have that little. You got your own little bag. You put that ice in. Keep that ice cold. Snip it back. This little small thing. They don't know what's in there. There's ways to get everything in there. And we drinking Jameson, so we know we get our little.
I would be
Jameson
looking
drink.
at her in disgust. Like I don't believe you got me involved in this type of
I can't wait
nonsense.
till the date over.
Man, I'll be over there looking at her like you're nothing. There's snuff liquor in here and
That's
food.
right.
You over here snacking and shit.
Shit, we might not be going to eat that. You drink that liquor, you need some chips. Got a little popcorn. You want some,
I'm
boo?
taking you right to the car. That point, I'm like, okay, I see how you gets down. Backseat.
That is terrible. Don't be laughing at that. How do high standards affect trust and security, or do you think it do?
High standard. I just think a lot of these women be putting on. I don't think they really have high nothing. I think they have a hell of a trick game. I just think that they con artists. I don't see women coming putting shit on the table. You know what? Listen, I'm educated. You know what? I'm making $130,000 a year. I own my house. You know, I ain't got no kids. Everything is a trick.
So if you met a woman like that came to you and she did have all those values and everything to offer a relationship, do you still require the same standards to her?
Yes.
Your
My standards don't change.
Your standards don't change at all.
See, my thing is, what I want from a woman is honesty. I can take anything from her. If you know what, if you're a hoe, say you're a hoe. If you like to mess around with multiple men, say that.
You don't
I
know
just
that
hate
shit, bro.
I just hate
They're not
when,
gonna tell you that, bro.
and that's why I fall out with them.
Cause they know.
Why would she tell you she a hoe?
Because
She trying to
it's
get
about
your
why you
money.
think I'll be jumping out of trunks and I'll be tagging.
Because I think you do that because you date women out of your caliber. I think you
But
do that
they
because
trick you.
I
You know what I'm
think you
saying?
do. No, I don't think so. I think you like hoes. And you like
The first 4 months we was dating, you go to work at 8 o'clock, you home by 6. Now all of a sudden, now your mama's sick and you gotta go. Okay, I got something for your ass. I'm gonna put that tracker on your shit.
No, I think you date out of your caliber. You date the women that you try to change and build up the way you want them to be. That's probably you got to date who.
But I don't
down for you.
See, I don't look at it like that. I think he just women. Y'all can only hold y'all. Well, I ain't gonna say women. Hoes can only hold their front for so long that the hoe just sneak out, and they can only contain that shit.
Well,
for
why
so
does
long.
it have to be a hoe? Why can't it just be that's who she is as a
'Cause
person anyway?
if
And he
after-
just didn't see the red flags, and now he gonna yell, "Oh, she tricked me!" No, you wasn't paying. You too busy looking at that big booty and
No-
them titties
no
and
woman,
shit, and
if
how
you-
good she
if
looked.
you meet a
and you
woman
overlooked
And
all
you,
that other
hey
shit.
baby, how you doing? This and that. I've never in my life. I done dealt with women. Then I dealt with whores. I've never in my life had a whore actually tell me, well, listen, let me tell you this up front so you won't fall in love. I'm a full-blown hoe.
You're not gonna
you
never
like-
hear nobody say
Exactly.
that. Are you
Y'all-
gonna,
y'all
is a
don't
man
flip
gonna
up.
say, I'm a Jenga lane, I jump off the top rope every
Yeah.
once in a-" No, y'all don't.
Okay,
Stop
listen,
lying.
I've said that before.
Let me tell you what a woman have told me. She say, listen, I like to do my thing. and I don't want to be held accountable for what I do.
No, she's
so she's telling, they don't talk the way you saying, but if I'm a buck with you, you gonna be a buck with me 9 times out of 10. That's why men get mad. She ain't gonna say I'm a hoe. She gonna say, listen, I like to have fun. So if you looking for a relationship one-on-one, I'm not the person for you. I can respect that. I don't expect for her to tell me, you know what, I suck 3-4 different dicks a night. I don't expect that. But I do expect for you to tell me a little bit about yourself. If I'm telling you I'm looking for quality, and I'm telling you what quality look like to me, and you telling me, yeah, that's me, and you know what you do,
camouflage,
we gonna have a problem.
But wouldn't you know that by talking to her?
Well, I would find out some things about her.
Damn.
So that's where the 2 drinks come in.
But see, they still trick me. You know what I'm saying? I sit there, I cross my leg, and I talk to a woman like
that's what I say. You know, how you can't
I probably don't even know the signs, Dre. Like I said, I brought that one chick. I thought she was a good girl. You sit off the rip. Listen, she gets down. I'm wondering. Listen, Dre, you don't even know her name.
You talking about when we was at the job? Yeah, but she said too. Like, hey, I fucked around with the hoes.
Yeah, you said she fucking the girl she with. Come to find out, she was. And I still don't know how you figure all that shit out.
Because maybe he sees the signs and you don't see. You
looking
for the conversation. You ain't.
Well, that happened twice when you brought the chick to the job, and then in Miami. In Miami, I could tell the way she crushed the old girl wrong. Like, just say like how a man do a woman, like I'm ordering you a drink, I put my arm a certain part on your body. Mm-hmm. I saw her do it to the girl. I said, oh, they fucking. Because a man gonna want to be protective. This is woman. His arm around her. His arm was like around the small of her waist. Ordering a drink like on some. I saw that shit. The woman do it to the other one, and I said, "Oh, they fucking." He thought, okay, they just friends. I say, no, ball. That ain't a friend. You know,
because it was a different type of justice.
Different type.
So you believe if it was 100 women, how many of those women would you think either cares about being with another woman or have been with another woman?
Man, I can't say out of 100, but I'm guessing.
I'm talking about Detroit women.
Detroit women, I would say out of 10, just say it's 100 women, I would say 70% fuck around. Now, as far as that's honest with it and let a motherfucker know they fuck with men and women, maybe like the lower 40s percentage, and you got to think you got that gap between like the 40s. All the way to maybe like 70% that fuck with women. They want motherfuckers to know because they don't want them to look at them a different way. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of women that's curious, a lot of women that fuck around, but they don't want to be looked at a certain type of way. But I was about to say something about you. The question about a high standard. I feel like men don't hold women to the high standard like a woman will hold a man to. Mm-hmm. We got a certain standard for them. Our expectations and the standards for them is not going to be like super high. It's right here. A woman, y'all standards is going to be, y'all expect us to be here. You know what I mean? So I think it's.
So do you think for men, is this why so many relationships fail? Is this why so much toxicness in it? Because you don't set that bar so high?
No, I feel like the relationships fail because the woman come in and y'all set a standard and it changes. It constantly changes. And then when the man don't meet your expectations or can meet your standard, you gotta realize, this is why I feel like a man meets you, everything, like 90% of the time is on the man. The dinners, the food, we talked about this. You was talking about the flowers and you said a man changed and all that. But you gotta realize when a man come in, he's giving his all. You got to think, this man got a car note. This man got maybe a mortgage. He got kids. He got all these responsibilities. So when he meets you, you're just like a new bill. You see what I'm saying? The flowers, the candy. Now he may be a bag. He may pack his lunch for work. He a brown bag dude. But now he's taking you out to dinner and all that. That's a whole different pot that he didn't have to pay on a regular basis. And then goes back to like Ball was saying, now he got to do overtime. He taking up all these extra hours, and you know what you looking at? Oh shit, he ain't been spending the time with me like he normally do. But he got to recoup. He still got private school. He still got all these other bills. Now he got you, because even though he taking you out to dinner, he taking you out to eat, your birthday might be coming up, Mother's Day might be coming up, Christmas might be coming up, and don't let you have kids, because now I gotta adapt you with your kids, and now little Timmy birthday, I gotta buy him a gift. So all the dynamics change. The standards y'all have for us is pretty much unrealistic, and we need to start holding y'all accountable to the same standards y'all hold us to. When we come through the door, we gotta buy gifts for your kids, but 9 times out of 10, we're not looking for y'all to buy gifts for our kids.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like with the both of you, I don't understand why you both are having such difficulty understanding that standards should change within the relationship. Because see, you don't always stay in the same financial bag. I feel like if the financial bag changes, if we might be at 50 to 60,000. Okay, now we at 200 to 300,000. Why do we have to still live in the same standards what we had with this bag that was compromised? And now that we have a bigger bag, let's change some things around. I think that you all are very unfair and not wanting to compromise with change.
Let me ask you a question, Ball.
What's wrong with change?
Hold on, before you go there, let me ask you a question, Ball. Think about through your life, your hustle days, your working days. Have any woman came into your life and magnified the money you made, or they subtracted it?
Oh no. Well, Dre, I never had a woman came and added to my pot.
Seriously?
Now, what I do can say, I had a woman come in my life and gave value through her drive, through her will. You know what I'm saying? So, but far as bringing them, I don't think women come and be like, you know what, let me hold 50,000 and she come back with 75.
Right.
No, you lucky if you get your 50 back.
See, now my point was this. I'm the same way. My girl adds value. She got her own job. She got her own side hustles on her own rental property. But I got my own thing going on. So there's no, I'm coming in, I'm adding more money to you, or if I wasn't in your life, you wouldn't be making this type of money. So when you sit here and say the bag has changed so the woman deserved this, it ain't like she making the bag bigger. She's actually subtracting from the bag.
And she looking to spend.
Because
spend more.
You know why I can say that? Because we all from the hood, we all from the block, we all from the streets, we all from that area. Well, I can say 80% of the other women that I saw in guys' life that I knew, either if they wasn't getting a bag and putting a man on, they was in that man bag. So this is where I'm coming from. I don't know outside the blue collar life. I can't say maybe this woman got this man a job and built this career up, but I have yet to see a woman come into a man's life and make his bag bigger and put him on a different pedestal where she deserved a bigger house.
I'm gonna even go a step further and say this, Dre. I have seen men build a bag up. You know, he might got shit $500,000 stacked up. Mm-hmm. Once you take that man out the equation, the bag disappeared. Mm-hmm. If that man got $500,000, he got a couple 100,000 put up. Mm-hmm. Even if the man got 50,000, you know what that woman gonna do? Now he can't hold me back. He can't tell me no. She gonna grab that money and she going straight to Somerset. Mm-hmm. She going straight to the dealership. So I believe women are just compulsive spenders. So they don't think about building nothing. They think about, you know what, if I make more money, that means I can buy a bigger house. Mm-hmm. I make more money, that means I get a nicer car.
I can party hard.
They thinking about being more, a bigger consumer. Mm-hmm. They not thinking like how a man think. A man gonna say, you know what, baby, wait, let's just wait and stack up this and do this. She like, no, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. So I, as a man, I would not factor in another woman's money, what I'm trying to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's going to work. It's very few women out here that will turn her money over. She get paid and turn your money over to you and let you manage her money. No, she gonna do what? See,
manage her money.
Yeah. See, if you was my woman, Bart, I will. Well, if you was my woman, and let's say, you know what I'm saying, you get your check $1,800. Mm-hmm. Out of that $1,800, I give you $300. You got 300. You get 300.
How you gonna get the check?
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I want to provide you.
I'm trying to ask you how you gonna get the check.
Turn it over.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. But tell me what you go provide.
Well, what I was saying, in exchange, I'm gonna make sure all the bills is paid.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure the car notes paid, life insurance paid, groceries in the house. I'm gonna make sure you have everything you need. Now that money that you want to go shopping with, you gotta manage that shit.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. But you know what? These women rather be broke as hell, 2-3 months behind on their car note, finna get evicted, but you fresh as hell.
Well, I'm not that type of woman, so I don't think me turning over my money to anybody is a good investment or a good idea, because I believe nobody knows how to handle my money like I know how to handle my money. So if I get paid $1,800 and I feel like I may want to blow $1,000 on a bag, I feel like it's okay, because that $1,000 I blew on a bag, I've already got something saved and put to the side to double that. I'm not gonna just blow $1,000 and don't have anything on the side. So my bank account is already gonna be okay. So sometimes I might go out and splurge and spend $4,000-5,000 shopping. I just feel like shopping. That's what I want to do. But I'm not going to my mate saying, "Oh my God, I just spent $5,000. Can you help me?" Because when I spend that $5,000, I know I can put that $5,000 back.
So you're not the type of female that'll go to a man and say, "You know what, I'm fucked up. I need help."
No.
Well, see, that doesn't apply to you.
Oh.
See, most women go to their man and say, "You know what, I need some money to get my hair done. I need some money. I need some tires." You know what? If y'all stay in 2 different households, you know what? My stove went out. I need a new stove.
Okay.
So you know what?
I think everybody should always secure their bag no matter what. In a relationship, I think everybody should always secure their bag and make sure whatever you spend, and make sure you able to put it back. And if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. But now we're finna close out. And it says, at the end of the day, is it better to risk losing love or compromise on your standards? Go.
Oh, lose love. Lose love off the rip. Throw it in the garbage, because it's nothing but the emotion that changes. Like love and hate, they the same thing to me. You know what? Right now we doing good, but that don't mean we'll be doing good tomorrow. Mm-hmm. See, my thing is I'm going to create some type of standards for you to follow. So even a lot of couples right now today, Barb, they not together for love. They together for convenience. If one leave the other, it would destroy them financially. So they stay together for convenience. They say, you know what, it's cheaper for us to live together than for us to go through a divorce and tear and destroy everything. You know what, we got to sell the house that we like living in. Now y'all both living in apartments. So I think, yeah, get rid of love.
I'm gonna agree on that. I'm gonna say lose love too. I don't think you should compromise your standards for anyone. I think if you set a certain standard and you meet somebody that's willing to abide by those standards and live by those standards, then that's how it should be. If you're a person that's not willing to do it and looking for upgrade and change, like I often would, because I think there's nothing wrong with changing a contract in the middle of the relationship, then you should probably not be living by nobody's standards. You should just compromise a little bit. But yeah, I say I say lose love and just live by what you want to live by.
I feel like that's unanimous. I feel like I'd rather lose love if a woman is not up to my standards. Which I ain't gonna lie, I don't have like super high standards. What I have for anyone I'm dating is just normal. What a person expect. Respect, loyalty, and you know what I mean, the basics. But I just feel like men, not women, men, we compromise in some shape or form with women. That's just how men are. You know what I mean? We try to get along to make the woman happy. They call it the happy wife, happy house bullshit. That's bullshit. I feel like it should be reversed. The man should be happy. The man is the umbrella. The man is the one that's keeping her dry. We out here doing all the extra shit, going the extra mile, doing the sacrificing. If she decide to have kids, we the ones sit there gotta get the extra OT while she at the crib chilling. So it need to be happy husband. So
if you that type of man though, and a lot of them ain't that type of man. You gotta be that type of man to get those rights. And a lot of niggas out here ain't those type of men. So with that being said, deuces.
Okay, y'all, that's the last word. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Conversation with OGs. We out.
Peace.
I gave you my all, and I hope you see this world before I fall. light before I fall. Yeah. I fell in love with the praise. The children tug on our capes. I've been drinking all day. The final boss has been slayed. I hope this light does not fade. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been raised. 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 I gave my all to these folks. This is the awfulest joke. This here was all I lived for. This was my year, I don't think I have more. Distance my fears and I think I got bored. I think I found peace in my struggle. I think that this hiss is the leak in my bubble. Stress over little shit, I probably sink in a puddle. Walls fall around me, I rise from the rubble. Faces switch places with monsters and demons. I guess that the hero is no longer needed. They throw you away when the boss is defeated. Won't hold you a plate, give a fuck if you eatin'. I'm starving, I'm famished, I'm scarred and I'm damaged. Flip out on them, then I'm causing a panic. I'm mostly the problem and part of the answer. I sank, cause I fell in love with the praise. If heaven has an arcade, oh, my life's like a nice game. When the final boss has been slain, the hero won't die in vain. The people don't switch up and change. They forever praise his name. I hope his life does not fade, cause that'd be so fucking lame. Say the world get betrayed. Say the girl get betrayed. The final boss gets re-raised. No escape from his fate. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been raised. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been raised. Now all the lies that I changed destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been raised. I gave you my all. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this light before I gave you my all. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this world before I fall. I gave you my all. And I hope you see this night before I fall. gave you my all, and I hope you see this world before I fall. I fell in love with the praise. The children tug on our capes. I've been drinking all day. The final boss has been slayed. I hope this light does not fade. Now all the lives that I changed, destroy the world that I saved. The hero dies in vain. The final boss has been